everyone, and welcome to another special episode of GodSaw's Turnbuckle, the wrestling video podcast I run over here on YouTube.com. And why is this another special one? Well, much like the Royal Rumble predictions, which I don't know which one of these two I'm going to be putting up first on this side, this one is going to be predictions for WWE NXT Takeover Philadelphia. We've got 5 matches on the card. It looks like it could be a pretty interesting show. We'll see how everything goes on this one, but this also looks like it could be a setup for an interesting take on the NXT side, because we don't typically see a lot of screwy finishes inside of NXT, but there's a good chance that we see something like that this time around. We'll see how everything plays off on that one, though. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get this going. We have 5 matches on the card. The first match that we've got is Cassius Ohno going up against the Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream just lost his opportunity to take over Johnny Gargano's spot on this last NXT. So he is still on TakeOver, but he's going up against Cassius Ohno. They set this up with a video afterwards where Cassius kind of confronted him after losing to Johnny Gargano, kind of setting up this match. I'm going to go with Velveteen Dream to win this one. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't go with him in this particular match. Yeah, honestly, I don't see any other reasons why they wouldn't go with him in this one. They're putting him on the card. They might as well have him go over. So this leads us, honestly, this one will probably be later on in the card, but I kind of go through the title matches last when it comes to the NXT ones. So we are going to go with the Extreme Rules match with Adam Cole, baby. I almost got to say that every time now. I've gotten hooked onto that, on that side of everything, with Adam Cole coming in to NXT and everything on that side. And he's going up against Aleister Black in an Extreme Rules match. Now, honestly, in the terms of the card placement, I feel like this will be later on in the show, probably second to the main event of the actual night, which will probably be the NXT title match. So I would imagine that Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly have already had their match with Authors of Pain, everything on that side. I'll get into them in a brief moment. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays off, because it is an Extreme Rules match, so that you can play off of interferences and you can play off weapons, everything on that side. Something you don't normally see from an NXT show, in the terms of a lot of weapons and everything on that side. Though we have had that at the last takeover with War Games, we're going to see it again here at this takeover with an Extreme Rules match, and it'll be interesting to see what goes about on this one. Now, usually they don't go with screwy finishes, but I could see this one definitely happening in some way, shape, or form. With this one, but I don't know exactly where they're going to go. All I know is that I'm going with Adam Cole, baby, to win this match. Yes, this is going to be actually a very heavy heel night, I think. Though I could see Aleister Black winning this one as well. But I am definitely going with Adam Cole on this one. We'll see how everything plays off. It just feels like that they're going to probably set up something with Adam Cole down the line here, and he's going to gain the victory in this particular match. But we'll see what they're really going with on everything on that side. I just have that feeling that Adam Cole's going to get this win. They're going to be putting an Undisputed Era over pretty hardcore in this show, I think. And speaking of which, that brings us to the Authors of Pain going up against Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly with from the Undisputed Era for the NXT Tag Team titles. The way that they're setting up the Authors of Pain right now, they are setting them up for a call-up to the main roster here very soon. I don't see them gaining these tag team titles tonight. I won't say tonight, though this might be going up Saturday, as it is. I'm filming this on a Friday. I filmed my Royal Rumble ones on a Wednesday. I know, kind of weird on that one. But I see Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly winning this match, because I feel like the factor that you're getting the Authors of Pain, cutting more promos, it's kind of setting them up for a call up to the main roster, and it looks like Paul Ellering's not going to be coming with them at that point in time. So it looks like he's going to be either leaving WWE on that side, or just sticking to being an NXT style person with everything, and probably not traveling the longer, harder schedule with the main roster side of everything to go along with it. So it looks like they're kind of setting them up for that main roster run. So I see Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly keeping these tag team titles in this match. So this brings us to the NXT Women's title match, which is going to be Shayna Baszler going up against Ember Moon. Now, Ember Moon did just win that NXT Women's title at the last Takeover. And again, this is another match where I could see a screwy finish. Them pulling kind of an old WrestleMania 14 one where Ken Shamrock had beaten The Rock, but he snapped and lost complete control. And the referee reverses the decision, DQing him after he had won the match. I could see that happening here. I'm going with Ember Moon on this one, but I actually see them almost doing it with a screwy finish. Though, again, NXT's been really good about that. Not necessarily having screwy finishes when it comes to the takeover matches. It's almost like feud enders, or in a way, keeping feuds going. So I could see Ember Moon also keeping the title in a relatively clean fashion to go along with it, but they're going to be putting Shayna Baszler over pretty big in this one, I think. At least I feel like they will be doing so, but I don't see them putting the title on her so quickly. They're not going to... I don't know if they're going to have Ember Moon kind of be a transitional champion on that one, but we'll see how everything plays off on that to go along with everything. The stuff that they did with... their face-to-face on the last NXT I thought was really good. And actually a lot of stuff that we've seen so far I thought has been really good so far between the two of them. So it will be interesting to see how this one ends up playing out. So this brings us to the main event of the night, which is Andrade Cien Almas defending his NXT heavyweight title against Johnny Gargano. Again, NXT's been good about not having the screwy finishes. A lot of people are calling for Tommaso Ciampa, that he's going to come out there and screw Johnny Gargano out of the match or something on that side. I do see Tommaso Ciampa coming out in some way, shape, or form, but it won't be until after the match, in my own opinion. They will have Johnny Gargano and Andrade just go out there and have a really good match. Andrade will more than likely pull out the victory. I don't see Johnny Gargano winning the NXT title, at least not in this case. Maybe down the line. Who knows? It depends on how much longer they're going to keep Gargano in NXT to begin with. So I am picking Andrade Cien Almas, but I am not, like, if Tommaso Ciampa comes out in any way, shape, or form, I don't feel like it's going to be until after the match. And yes, it's going to kind of steal the heat away from Andrade at that point. But at this point in time, if you have Tommaso Ciampa come out during the match, he's kind of stealing the heat from Andrade to begin with, to go along with it. Now, it would be interesting to see them do a title, an actual title picture or a title feud between Ciampa and Gargano, but I just don't see them doing that in this case. I see them doing something more with Andrade Cien Almas. Where his next feud's going to be, who knows at that point. They could do a heel versus heel type thing, or they could come up with something else. I don't know where they're really going to go with it, but I see them keeping that title on Andrade for another takeover or two after that. So yeah, that's pretty much everything on NXT side. I've already recorded my Royal Rumble predictions as well. I'm going to be putting those videos up here as soon as I've done the podcast, which I'm actually actually going to be attempting to start up right after doing this video. Hopefully it won't be too much longer on that one. Then I'll put these videos up that go along with it. And yeah, we'll see how everything goes. I mean, NXT takeovers have always been good, even if you have not really cared about the builds going into them. They've always kind of delivered in the terms of the matches and the stories that they'll tell inside the ring. for the show itself. So you usually get something good out of the NXT takeovers. So we'll see what ends out happening here with Philadelphia. Should be an interesting show. Should be a fun show, honestly. I see some good matches here to go along with everything. So we'll see how everything plays out, and we will hopefully have a review for NXT Takeover. I hope. It's gonna be a busy. It's gonna be a busy weekend, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to it right off the bat. But we'll see how everything plays out with everything, and yeah, we'll see how everything goes. So with that being said, everybody, I hope you guys enjoy everything and have a great rest of your day.